and tides. Come and sink beneath the waves, the wonders of this life. Open your eyes and see the world below the seas. It's the wonder of God's creation that makes us believe. See you at the dive. See you at the dive. See you at the dive. See you at the dive.
Yes, magandang hapon sa inyo mga kasambahay at welcome sa special Hong Kong episode ng The Dive. Nandito ka tayo.
Magandang hapon.
Magandang hapon.
Umaga.
Magandang hapon. Because there is no time difference between Hong Kong and Philippines.
Alright.
So, luckily, Uncle Luis, we are here at the Grand Aquarium of the Ocean Park, Hong Kong. This is a 91.5 hectare na theme park dito sa Hong Kong. Kaya naman nilubos-lubos na namin. We're standing at the back, which is they call it the giant aquarium. Tinatawag itong pinakamalaking aquarium dito sa Hong Kong, kung saan, what are the species that we can see?
We can see a lot of species here, and I'm really amazed because I've been in some aquariums around the world. This is really magnificent. This large tank here has species like I already seen manta ray, several species of stingrays, a Napoleon wrasse that is not so easy to see in many aquariums around the world, and many bony fish also.
That is not all, ha? Hindi lang yan ang makikita nyo ngayong special Hong Kong episode natin dito sa Ocean Park. Makikita nyo rin ang aming encounter with the seals.
Oh, you love that part.
Yes, I love that part.
You fell in love with one of them, huh?
And aside from the encounter with the seals, makikita nyo rin ang mga walrus at iba't ibang marine life na nandito sa Ocean Park. And our cable car experience.
Amazing. Yes.
And also the cute koala bears and the panda. Makikita nila.
Your favorite.
Yes, my favorite, panda. Kaya yan, sa 30 minutos, samahan nyo kami sa aming special episode ng the first and only underwater reality diving show on The Dive. Yes, welcome mga kasambahay. Nandito nga tayo ngayon sa Ocean Park, Hong Kong. At para ma-feature natin ang 91.5 hectare nito, ay sasakay tayo, Uncle Luis, sa isang Ocean Express na mas mabilis kaysa mga cable car na nakita natin dito. Dahil dadalhin kami sa summit sa loob lang ng 5 minutes.
See you on the other side.
Tara, sakay tayo! Isang bullet train. At ito ang papunta sa summit. So ito ay alternative na sasakyan na mas mabilis kasi mga 10 minutes din ang aabutin kung sasakay tayo ng cable car. Pero alin man sa dalawa ay exciting dahil isipin nyo, sasakay tayo nito sa Ocean Park, Hong Kong. Kaibahan lang nito sa MRT, special adventure to. Dahil Ocean Express papuntang summit. Matutuwa kayo dahil sa loob, ang tema nito ay parang submarine. Kaya dito sa taas, makikita natin sa mga LED, pinapakita dito yung mga iba't ibang lamang dagat na makikita mo sa ilalim. Kaya as if itong train na to ay bumababa sa ilalim dagat. Kaya tingnan natin, pagdating natin sa summit, kung ano namang attraction. Napakalaki kasi nito kaya kailangan mag-train ka sa loob. 91.5 hectares. Kaya kung di tayo mag-train, baka di natin matapos makover to.
Ito na ang pinakaabangan natin na ma-experience ang seal encounter dito sa Ocean Park, Hong Kong. So ma-experience nyo ang one-of-a-kind na experience with wonderful God's creation dito sa Ocean Adventure. Ocean Park.
What a privilege
Yes.
that our friends here invite us for this unique opportunity. We'll tell you later.
Yes. Dito ay merong 7 seals na dito na sa Ocean Park ipinanganak. Nagpapakita lang kung paano naging matagumpay ang kanilang advokasya na paramihin ang mga nakatutuwang mga lamang dagat na ito. Kung tayo ang ginagamit natin ay kamay para magpandama, sila naman ay ginagamit nila ang kanilang mga whiskers para ma-feel kanila at madama kanila. Wow!
Her bad, you can feel her.
They know that you're doing affection.
I love you, Lisa. I'm already in love with you. But don't tell my girlfriend.
Wow, sweet,
You
sweet.
can put your hand.
Wow. Kuya, napaka-sweet ng mga seals pala at nakikipagyakapan din sila. They play tricks also.
Don't do the show as much. We do some presentation and some education to our guests to teach them how to protect our environment, to do more to protect this lovely animal. Hey, say goodbye.
Chaula. Chaula? Chaula? Chinese name, ay ibig sabihin ng Chaula is beautiful girl. So, papaalam na kami sa kanya.
Bye, okay?
Bye-bye! Nakain ko. Nalunok ko.
Ang kagandahan dito ay nakikita mo sila kung paano sila lumalangoy sa ilalim. At napaka-graceful nila. Wow! Hindi lang yun ang makikita mo mga seals, kundi dito rin makikita mo yung mga walruses. Nakakatuwa dito, ito naman ang mga walrus na kamag-anak din ng mga seals at sea lion. Ang pinagkaiba lang nila ay meron silang kas. Laki!
Well, it's been really exciting, but not only am I the Zoological Operations and Conservation Executive Director, I'm also the Foundation Director. Ocean Park back in 1993 recognized a opportunity that there was very little marine conservation work being done in Asia, Philippines, and right throughout Southeast Asia, and established the Ocean Park Conservation Foundation.
Mahal din kita.
Dito kami ngayon sa Neptune Restaurant at nakita namin dito yung iba't ibang mas close up dahil ito ang tanawing may kita mo. Wow! Yes, sa ating special Hong Kong episode dito sa Ocean Park, kasama natin si Ma'am Susan Genran, ang Executive Director of Zoological Operations and Conservations. And with us, Luis, we are blessed to have Ma'am Susan. So how was your work when it comes to the conservation of this quite huge marine life facility?
Well, it's been really exciting, but not only am I the Zoological Operations and Conservation Executive Director, I'm also the Foundation Director. Ocean Park back in 1993 recognized a opportunity that there was very little marine conservation work being done in Asia, Philippines, and right throughout Southeast Asia, and established the Ocean Park Conservation Foundation. About 5 years later, Hong Kong was gifted 2 pandas, and we definitely don't want to profit off of pandas, and we wanted to make sure we contributed to conservation, so we established the Hong Kong Society for Panda Conservation. And they also let me be the director of that too. So after 5 years, it was a little tough. So we had this fantastic idea that we would combine the two foundations into the Ocean Park Conservation Foundation Hong Kong, with a vision that we would save Asian biodiversity. There'd be an emphasis on marine and an emphasis on giant panda habitat of Sichuan, Gansu, and Shanxi provinces, but that we would look to how do we contribute to Asian biodiversity and saving Asian biodiversity. And we wanted to do it through facilitating, contributing to research, to community education, and also advocacy with governments and our communities on what they can do. And working hand in hand, and it works really well as the head of all the animal exhibits and in the past education here at Ocean Park, we can make sure that these are in parity, that we are giving the right messages at Ocean Park by working with our foundation and those messages. And we want to make sure that each of our exhibits here at the park has a theme. The Grand Aquarium, in which we're sitting in front of right now,
Beautiful.
thank you, is advocating for sustainable seafood. Our restaurant, which is just on the other side here, is only sustainable seafood, from our shrimp. We had to actually create new fish balls because there were no sustainable seafood fish balls in the market, and we created them. They're 80% fish from Pacific Hake, that's Marine Stewardship Council sustainable certified, and they're absolutely delicious because they actually have fish in them.
You have to do what you preach, isn't it?
Exactly, we have to walk the talk. And so that's our Grand Aquarium. Such as our Polar Adventure, it's looking at climate change and how do we have a sustainable lifestyle? How do we lower our carbon footprint? And we can't just say do it, and, you know, the world's falling apart, because then we all become helpless. We all think, oh, the sky is falling.
Yes.
But what we can say is, you know, we've got an opportunity.
We still have a chance.
We still have a chance. Working
Don't
together. Here, choose wisely. You make a difference with your choices. You can lower your carbon footprint by doing these things. You can buy sustainable forestry products and save pandas. You make choices every day, living a lifestyle of health and sustainability. You know, these are things that we all can do. And these are important ways that we work together with our foundation and our park, advocating for our community. And of course, it has to be fun. You know, nobody wants to be preached at. Nobody wants to have doom and gloom all the time. We want to have hope. And there are wonderful, hopeful stories out there.
Kong's Dolphins.
So, dito sa special episode ng The Dive sa Hong Kong, nandito kami ngayon sa Ocean Park, kung saan meron tayong pagkakataong alamin kung paano nila inaalagaan ang mga cute na mga dolphins dito. With us is Miss Angela.
Yes, hi, nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet
Nice
you
to
also,
meet you.
Miss Angela.
Nice to meet you, Angela.
Nice to meet
My
you.
co-host, Uncle Luis.
Hi.
So, how do you take good care of your dolphins here?
Okay. Actually, every day we do many body check for them. Not only the trainer, but also the vet. The vet nurse we involved in the training. And like every day we take the body temperature.
Every day?
Yes, every day take the body temperature. And we have a toothbrush for them. Yes,
All right, I didn't know that one.
yes.
All right.
And every week we do weekly ultrasound. Yeah, we can scan the organs inside the body.
Wow.
Yeah, in case the mother got pregnant, we can scan the baby inside. And then we do weekly take the body weight. Yeah, monitor the body weight. And then every month we take the fecal sample, urine sample, and also the blood sample. Yes.
It's like an executive check-up
Yes.
for the dolphins.
Yes.
VIP treatment, my goodness.
We have 22 dolphins.
$22.
Yes, most of them born here.
Most
Yeah.
of them?
Yes,
How
most of
many
them.
were
I
born?
think, and now 17 born here.
17?
Yes, born here.
Oh, that's a quite
Yes.
big number. You're really...
Yes.
So you're not just a park.
Actually, you're not here to entertain. Actually, what I heard, Ocean Park Hong Kong is doing edutainment.
Yes.
Can you elaborate what do you mean by edutainment?
Actually, entertainment. Maybe the audience, maybe the guests think that is entertainment, but for us, we need to make sure they have a happy and healthy life. So we do husbandry training, and also they're also involved in enrichment activities. Yes, in order to make sure they're physically and mentally stimulate. Yeah, make them have a healthy and happy life.
So edutainment is like the combination of education to all your guests coming here.
Yes.
As long while they are being entertained.
Yeah, when they have fun, it's entertainment.
For your parting message, what do Ocean Park want to tell all our viewers or our visitors coming here, how we can help to conserve this marine life?
So actually, we are not only focused on the dolphins and the animals here, but we also concern the dolphins in the wild. So actually, for all we can do is we can use less plastic. We can choose some recycled product. We can bring food container, bags, so it can help to protect the ocean and also the dolphins in the wild.
I think what we all want to look at is how do we, as divers, find ways to contribute to conservation, not just take pictures, not just take, our pleasure and leave, but how do we actually make it a little bit better ocean?
To make a change.
And make a change. So the change starts with us.
Makikita natin dito sa Ocean Park, Hong Kong, pinipilahan talaga ng mga turista dito ang cable car kung saan magabiyahe ka ng 15 minutes mula sa tuktok papunta sa baba. At ang bawat cable car ay may lulan na 6 na pasahero kung saan may enjoy mo ang napakagandang view ng Hong Kong. Dito lang yan sa Ocean Park, Hong Kong.
I'm very grateful to Ocean Park for 20 years before I started. It was open because a number of my staff in education and my animal care, they had their love for animals because of being able to come see here. There's very few places that are wild anymore in the wild, and we want to preserve to the best of our ability. But what we learn here at good accredited zoological facilities, including our aquarium, is that we learn how to manage small populations. We need to not only conserve the animals themselves, but we need to conserve their genetics. You referenced it with the bottleneck that cheetahs have. We want to make sure that we have good diversity to keep a healthy population. Climate change is coming. It's here. It's going to come even more. And these animals have a genetic diversity that can help give them those opportunities to accommodate some of those changes. We don't want to lose all the, and that's why we want to slow down climate change, because we want to give time. Anything that happens too fast, nobody's going to be able to accommodate it in the animal world. As much as I absolutely love all of the wildlife TV shows and videos of animals, and I learn a lot from them, there's nothing like looking into an animal's eyes and having that emotional connection. And that emotional connection, especially in our children, is so critical for them to be developing that care and concern for wildlife. If you were to ask me what are the 4 things, or some of the things that are the biggest challenges for conservation, of course, habitat fragmentation and habitat loss. How do we preserve? How do we connect areas of conservation so that pandas can get from one area to the other? We're building corridors. and things along those lines. And how do we preserve more area, marine reserves to protect? We have a big campaign, No Straw campaign. Do not use plastic straws. Please use metal straws. Please, please. So we do, and we're working with restaurants, schools, universities with our No Straw campaign, especially if you can do it one day a year, do it on Oceans Day, June 8th. If you can do it one day a week, do it on whatever day. Do it once a month, do it once, a week, do it every day is the best.
So even just a single straw, but when it's accumulated.
Reducing our non-recyclable plastics, but I did just learn that even recyclable plastics only have a lifetime of 8 or 9, and then they still need to go someplace. So trying to reduce all plastics is our goal. Try to find alternatives for use of plastic. Do you know where half of our oxygen comes from that we breathe?
From the oceans.
Exactly. And if we don't have plankton creating that oxygen, we're going to be taking every other breath, because trees that we're cutting down are only half the oxygen we breathe. The other is from our oceans.
That's a good point, because sometimes people don't care too much about the animals, but what about if we are gonna choke to death?
Yeah, and with climate change, another good reason to reduce your carbon footprint is the fact that the carbon dissolves back into the ocean and lowers what we call the pH, the acidity. And the more acid the oceans become, it's not going to be car battery acid, but it's still going to change just enough that the biological processes, so those shells that those plankton need to live, they can't create them because it's just a bit too acid for them. It's no longer a condition they can live in. There's a number of things that divers can do. Underwater beach cleanups, be careful about the nets. You want to make sure that you don't get caught in a net or you do more damage when you're taking nets away. But cleaning up the plastic, cleaning up the nets that you can. Divers, organize yourselves, go to the Philippines, come here to Hong Kong. Do make sure, and always take out your own trash. The other thing we have annually globally is Reef Checks. So citizen science, doing transects, organizing and then again helping to do that either in the Philippines, Hong Kong, or your own home country is great. And I know I've had an absolutely wonderful opportunity to dive Mount Pascua and see your thresher sharks. And I do say that was a marvelous experience to be able to do that. But again, I think what we all want to look at is how do we, as divers, find ways to contribute to conservation, not just take pictures, not just take, our pleasure and leave, but how do we actually make it a little bit better ocean?
Make a change.
And make a change. So the change starts with us, and find ways to do that. Work with local dive clubs when you're going to go visit, and see if there's an opportunity to volunteer your time to do something for conservation. And we do support quite a number of projects in the Philippines. So
all right.
Philippines is on our list.
Can we keep in touch? So
most definitely. We have 350 projects, 144 projects. We've been 14 different countries, and Philippines is definitely top of our list as one of our countries. So,
thank you for
my pleasure.
Sorry for getting much time.
Oh, my pleasure. Oh, it's been my pleasure.
Nagpapasalamat tayo una sa may kapal sa pagkakataong makagawa ng special episode dito sa Hong Kong ng The Dive.
Are you happy with your lovely pandas? That's
yes.
Your favorite animal?
And I also have the special hug with the adorable seals.
Oh my goodness.
And
that's what I forget.
At very informative din ang naging interview natin kay Madam Susan, ang Executive Director dito sa Ocean Park.
How about the patience of our host, lovely Jenny?
Yes, for doing all the logistics.
Don't forget about her.
And we would like to thank the rest of the staff of Ocean Park, including Miss Jeannie, and also Kathy, Dorothy, and all the friendly staff, Andy, Ken. We cannot mention all of them, but they are very friendly. Kaya wag kayong makalimot dumayo dito sa Ocean Park, Hong Kong, and mamangha kayo sa wonders of creation dito. So diving without getting wet.
Exactly, that was a new sensation for us, isn't it?
Yes, and we would like to thank the good governor, Albert Garcia of Bataan, for helping us na makapunta dito sa Hong Kong and promoting the dive sites of Bataan in the Philippines. And also, nagpapasalamat din tayo sa UNTV News Bureau ng Hong Kong, kanila Mike, Chris, May, George, sino pa ba hindi natin nabanggit? Tony,
Sorry,
and Nang, at siyempre kay Tatay Efren at kay Brother Resty Reyes at sa lahat ng mga kasambahay natin dito sa Hong Kong. At hanggang sa muli, sa susunod nating pagbabalik, siyempre ang DSR Multimedia, nagpapasalamat tayo. Ang TSI, ang ating mga professional scuba diving international instructors na sinamahan tayo, Uncle Luis and Sandro. At siyempre kay Kuya Daniel Razon na nag-conceptualize ng buong The Dive episode natin. At siyempre sa lahat ng tumulong sa atin. At hanggang sa muli sa susunod nating episode next week, see you in the first and only reality diving show in the Philippines, ang The Dive!
It's the wonder of God's creation that makes us believe. See you of the day.